Sometimes a life can change in an instant.
Let me tell you a little bit about my story. On February 29th, 2008, I was diagnosed with stage 4 glioblastoma multiforme, malignant brain cancer in my left front temporal lobe.
About 2.5 years ago, during my sophomore year at the university, I suffered a spinal cord injury. The injury has changed my life in so many different ways except for one. I'm still the same person with the same dreams, desires, and determination to overcome my disability in order to realize my goals.
And sometimes a life is spent making changes.
When I was born in 1984, the doctors mistakenly told my parents that I would be blind, unable to write, and that the rest of my future remained unknown. Today, I am a master's student in the UGA School of Social Work with the dream of working in the pediatric oncology field.
Through my participation with the DRC Speakers Bureau, I have learned that I can impact others by educating people about generalized anxiety disorder. I have learned to embrace the idea that I may learn differently than others and need to take certain steps to make sure that I minimize the anxiety that comes so easily with the different stresses of being a law student. I want to teach others how to be comfortable enough to know it's okay to be different. With the help of DRC's leadership program, today I am more confident than I have ever been.
When I was first diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder, in the 3rd grade, sadly I thought my life was over. I felt like I was doomed to be inadequate as a student, and more importantly, as an individual in society. However, what I have come to learn over the past decade of trial and error is that ADD is only a part of my life. I have a choice in how it affects me in my daily life. Little things like modifying my learning environment, having a positive attitude, and working with the Disability Resource Center have made a world of difference in my life. In fact, since the day I signed up with the DRC, I have never looked back.
I too am experiencing great success in spite of being diagnosed with sickle cell anemia when I was a child. Sickle cell anemia is a blood disorder and one of the most common genetic illnesses in existence. The complications range from simple fatigue to life-threatening stroke, and there is no cure. My parents, though initially shocked, taught me that life goes on. This jolt of reality did not stop them, and it does not stop me.
I am not disabled. Legally, I am. But I've never defined myself by that. My disability is an annoyance at worst. I am legally blind. My eyes do not function very well, but they do function. Nobody has ever gotten away with telling me that I cannot do something because of my eyesight. I have never allowed it. If someone tells me no, I find a way around it.
I find that most of the confusion and uncertainty related to disabilities is rooted in a lack of exposure or education on the subject. With this in mind, I am taking the opportunity to educate audiences on my disability through my participation in the DRC Speakers Bureau. I begin by speaking about my personal journey living with cerebral palsy. It has been a journey marked with ups and downs, but the main theme has always been perseverance.
I was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder and dyslexia when I was in elementary school. My earliest memory of having any sort of learning disability was in 2nd grade, and it was at this age that I realized I was different than my peers. I was always the last person done with assignments, and I often got my letters or numbers jumbled up. I eventually became embarrassed because I thought I was not as smart as everyone else in my class, though I now know that is not true.
As a narcoleptic, I have faced many unique challenges both in my personal and academic life. I used to be reluctant to talk about it, but now I appreciate the opportunity to share my experiences with others. Frequently, I am faced with disbelief because the disease is often so unapparent. The more I talked to others, the more comfortable I became with my narcolepsy, making me realize that the greatest limitation it imposed on me was the one I had created myself through my own initial unwillingness to accept it. My greatest success in overcoming it has come from adjusting my lifestyle and treating the condition behaviorally as much as possible.
I've been enjoying the benefits of successfully dealing with ADHD, such as academic success, less stress, more time to enjoy relationships, and more time to dedicate to organizations I'm passionate about.
Over the past 2.5 years, I've worked with the Disability Resource Center, not only using DRC services myself, but also working with LEAD, a student disability advocacy group. More recently, I have done a lot of work with the DRC Speakers Bureau and also participated in other opportunities to further the DRC's cause.
The support I received from the Disability Research Center has enabled me to be a better student. I currently have a 3.52 GPA, am on the Dean's List, and in the top 9% of students in the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences.
I also just finished taking the MCAT in August, and I'm in the process of applying to 12 medical schools, one of which has invited me for an interview.
I have recently been accepted into the Grady School of Journalism, where I will be given the opportunity to combine my love of writing and my experience of having a learning disability to inform others, to eliminate the stereotypical taboo that comes along with the words learning disability.
My involvement with the DRC Speakers Bureau is helping me to educate the community about various disability issues and has helped me feel more confident as I address various audiences.
I look forward to the opportunities to educate the public and my peers on narcolepsy through the Speakers Bureau under the Leadership Program here at Disability Resources Center. It's a great way to give support to other students with disabilities and to receive their support.
College, and especially graduate school, can be an adjustment for anyone, but adding a disability to the equation can present some additional challenges.
Through the DRC Speakers Bureau, I will have the opportunity to talk to my peers and younger kids who have disabilities and tell them to embrace their differences and not to be embarrassed about it like I was for so long. You know what? I'm different and I love it.
The services offered through the Disability Resource Center have been invaluable during my collegiate career. I look forward to spending the remainder of my years at UGA with the DRC staff through my membership of the DRC Speaker Bureau. This group comes under the Leadership Program and helps create confidence while allowing opportunities to educate others about disabilities.